Godox have made arguably one of the most popular affordable video lights, and that's the SL60W. And recently they released the SL150 Mark II, incredible light, and that has a whisper silent fan noise, and it's just incredible. Such a great, powerful light, and still at an affordable price. But what about a portable battery powered light? Well, Godox have got that as well. And this is the ML60. Look how tiny it is. This light is about the size of a tin of beans. Or if you don't like baked beans, cannellini beans, red kidney beans, or if you're not sure, a mixed can of beans. Them in Harvest Festival in here. Beans. But seriously, this light is actually smaller than my lens. Look at that. Imagine having a light smaller than a camera lens. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Sam and I do camera tutorials, gear reviews and vlogs as well. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell to get notified of new videos. With all that out of the way, I just want to say that Godox have done it again. They've absolutely smashed this one. They're a great company because they really listen to their customers. And since the SL60W, people were complaining about the fan noise. And Godox answered by upgrading the fan in the SL150 Mark II, and now it's whisper silent. People have also been asking for battery powered options for their lights. Yes, they've had some options for a while, but nothing quite like this. And now we've got the ML60. What they've done is they've gone a step further than giving us batteries. They've thought, well, if people want batteries, that means they probably want it to be portable. So that's exactly what they've done. They've made this super small, portable, and battery powered as well. So wherever you are, you've got a 60-watt light, which is plenty powerful enough, depending on what you're doing. No matter where you are, you can take this, throw some batteries in, and you've got yourself a portable light that you can use wherever without the need for power. I just want to start by saying that Godox did send me the ML60 and a couple of accessories as well for this video, but they have not paid me to say anything. So all my opinions expressed in this video are my own, and I'm going to give you my complete 100% honest feedback. So there you go. And one more thing, this is a pre-production model, so if you were to purchase this now, this little knob here will be slightly different to what I show you here. It's basically a little bit more like what you'd see on the SL60, this type thing. So it's a little bit more sturdy, but there's no problem with this anyway. It's absolutely fine because it's not heavy. Even with the softbox on there, it's not heavy. So, but that's just a little upgrade that you'll have if you do purchase this today. Everything else would probably be exactly the same. So firstly, let's have a look at what you get with the ML60. If you do know me already, I bang on about this all the time, but my favourite thing is when products come with a case, a dedicated case. And look at it, this is the sort of case that you want. It's padded, it's like hard padded, it's really rugged, great colour, love the colour, it's got straps on it. And then look at this, compartment central in there. So you've got the dividers in there just like any other sort of camera bag, so you can customise this however you like. I'm probably going to keep it how it is, to be honest. You've got the reflector in here as well, and now it's worth noting that this light is like a mini Bowens adapter, so you won't be able to put your accessories that you already own onto this light. You will have to buy the dedicated accessories. However, Godox have made a Bowens mount accessory that you just clip onto the ML60 and then it turns it into a Bowens mount. So all is not lost. Now, I'm super impressed with the amount of accessories that you get with this light, especially for the price. You've got all the necessary cables. So even though this is a battery powered light, they haven't forgotten about people that still want to use it in their homes with the power adapter as well. Look at the length of the cable. It's super long. Sorry, it's a bit of a tangled mess at the minute, but it's really long cable. So that is super handy. They've not scrimped out on that. And you've got the battery pack that takes the Sony MPF 970 batteries. I'll leave a link to the ones that I use down below. I did a lot of research on that and found that these are really good, long lasting. Have a look in the link below. But this is really clever because it's got a power indicator on it. So you just click that little button there and it tells you how much power you've got left on each battery. Absolutely love that. And then you've got a choice of 2 cables. Depending on where you put this battery pack, you can actually mount this to the light grip itself. Super nice and compact. And then you've got a small cable that you can use to plug straight into the light to power it. Or they've also included a longer cable as well if you wanted to mount this bracket somewhere else, for example, and you need a little bit of extra length on that cable. They've thought of everything, they really have. And then to undo this, there's just a little button there that you press and then you can unclip it, simple as that. What you've got to be careful of though is if you've got the softbox attached to the light and you want to angle the light down a little bit, you're restricted because this battery's in the way. So that might be where you want to mount that little battery pack somewhere else. You can get around that if you've got a C-stand, you just angle your stand and then your light can be at a different angle and then you don't need that access there as much. So there's always a workaround. While I'm on the topic of softboxes, because of the miniature Bowens mount, Godox have released their own little softbox. It's the ADS60S softbox. So it is sold separately, you don't get that with, and it comes with a layer of diffusion, an inner layer of diffusion, and a honeycomb grid as well, which is here. So you can attach that to your softbox and stop some of that light projecting onto your background if you want it to be a little bit more direct. But it's also got this little zip here, so you can put your hand in to make it nice and easy to attach to the light and take off from the light. And then when you're ready, just zip that back up again. It's great. Oh, while we're on this topic, really clever design. Super simple to pack down, nice and compact. That's it. Comes with a little bag. What do you want? So all you do is push this, it's like an umbrella really. Push that into there and it clips in itself and that's it. Put your diffusion on and you're good to go. Roughly the same size as the Aperture Light Dome Mini, very close. Now I'm sure you're all curious to know what's the fan noise like, and I'm happy to say that it's a lot quieter than the SL60W, so that is a bonus. But also, you've got 2 modes. You can actually turn the fan on or off. So you press this little button here, and you just select fan off, and what that does, it puts a limit on the brightness. So if you've got the fan off, you can only go up to 50%. If you turn the fan on, then the fan kicks in and you can go all the way up to 100%. So really clever design. So the fan is on now, and this is at 77%. Can you hear that? 100%. Can't hear it at all. So let's compare that to the SL60W. So here we go. What was it, 77%? And 100%. I've never had an issue with this anyway, never picked it up with the microphone, but the ML60 is whisper silent, so that is absolute bonus. You also get a remote, which is just the same as the remotes you get with the SL150 Mark II and the SL60W, so you're probably already familiar with those. Nice and simple controls, on, off, change your group, and also adjust your brightness. You also get this little clip mount, which is super handy for putting the power bank in and attaching it to your light so it's not dangling all over the floor. I really like that. It seems really sturdy and it's not going anywhere once you've got that clipped on. Naturally, with a light being this small, I wanted to make sure that the brightness was still the same as the SL60W, so you're not losing out on any of that power. So I've done some tests and it's even brighter. only by a little bit, but it is noticeable. And the other thing I noticed was there's a slight change in colour. I feel like the ML60 is a tiny bit cooler, but only slightly. And personally, this isn't an issue for me. And plus, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of extra brightness, so that's a bonus. And it's not outrageously different so that you'd have to totally change your colour grading workflow. It's only a tiny bit. The SL60W only goes down to 10% brightness. If you want to go lower than that, you can't. You're stuck at 10%. On the ML60, they've changed that so it goes all the way to 1%. So you've got a little bit more range there with this new light. But overall, it's just an incredible light. I can't believe they've come up with something so small and compact. And it works. That's the thing, it works. And they've been, with all the accessories that are included, they've paid so much attention to detail, and you can tell, and it's still extremely well made. Usually when there's a load of accessories included with a product, it's usually of bad quality, but this isn't. It's the same Godox quality that you'd expect. It doesn't feel cheap, and I mean, it is made of plastic, but it doesn't feel like cheap plastic. It feels like something that would last. Controls on the back, super simple. You've got the brightness on the right there, and then this set button you can press in, takes you to the menu option. You can turn the fan on or off, change the channels and the groups from here as well as on the remote. And then also we've got effects, which I nearly forgot about. So you can just change the effect on this back panel here. You can't change the effects on the remote. That would be a good feature if you could change the effects from this remote, rather than having to go up to the unit itself and do it from there. Because there might be instances where you want to change the effect mid-shot, so that would have been handy. Then you don't have to get somebody to stand near the light to do it. You could do it yourself with the remote. So you just scroll through the effects on the back. We've got lightning 1, 2 and 3. Then we've got fireworks 1, 2 and 3. We've got a TV effect, so it's like a nice glow. Personally, I don't use the effects, but there might come a time where I need them, so this has got it now, whereas the SL60W didn't. So good feature to have. If you can have it, why not? And still, for the price, it's not like you're paying extra for that feature. Who would I recommend this for? Definitely if you were thinking about getting your first light and you're doing YouTube videos, but you might want to take it on location shooting as well, then I'd definitely recommend this over the SL60W, because you got the option of the portability and the battery pack. So definitely recommend. Comes with a case. I definitely would. If you really need to save the money and you don't need the battery power, then definitely recommend the SL60W all the way. If you watched my channel before, you know I love that light. I think it's incredible value for money, and I still use it today. So, thing as well, look at that. Look at it. It's like having a torch. So really handy as well if you need to, if you're doing some follow shots through a house, for example, or wherever, outdoors, and you can't have a light on a stand, you need to be moving with it. Look at this, it's like having a torch. It's got a nice handle there, ergonomic grip. Options are endless, really. I also tested if there was a difference in brightness between when you have it plugged in to the mains or using battery, and it's exactly the same. Now, please bear in mind that these were not scientific tests. I was just putting both examples side by side in Premiere Pro and eyeballing it, but that's my workflow. I'm not super serious, I'm not making films, so it's not an overly scientific review. If you do want the exact measurements of brightness and colour, and your job relies on knowing those figures and you need the perfect light, then you're probably not going to buy this light anyway, because it's a budget filmmakers or YouTubers light. So hopefully I've given you enough information on this light. Any questions though, please ask in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. That's it, I'm extremely impressed with this light. Thank you again to Godox for sending me this stuff, really appreciate it. Godox being one of my favourite brands, I'm just super excited to be trying one of their products before it comes available. So thank you so much, and I've really enjoyed it. It's an incredible light, ML60. Thanks so much for watching, if you still are. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews, tutorials and vlogs. Press the bell to get notified of new videos so you don't miss anything. And have a great week. I'll see you in the next one.